Hey y'all, Jessie Kalen here, coming at you with another pick a card spread reading. This one is for those who know they are in a twin flame relationship and who are not whose divine counterpart are running away, not wanting to admit or come to them. You can also use this as if you know you're in a twin flame relationship or feel that that is the love that you are here to experience, but haven't even met your partner yet. You know that that love is out there, but you don't know that form comes in. This can be like an absentee message. Essentially, if you're in a twin flame relationship and you want to know what your divine counterpart is up to, that is what this pick a card reading is all about. So if you would like to support the channel, please consider donating to Angel's GoFundMe page for a vet visit, as she has worms. Found them this morning, so we do need to go to the vet sooner rather than later. And this business, for me anyway, because it's not my calling, it's a lifeline, it's like a job. I enjoy doing it, but I am the writer. I'm sending out the book to publishers as we speak, but that's a whole process. That could be months. So if you wouldn't mind sending that, the link for that will be down below. You can also just get a personal reading or a healing Reiki session. Both descriptions and instructions for those psychic services will be down below. You can join me on Patreon, where you give monthly contributions in exchange for personal services. Energy exchange donations are always welcome. That little $5, gotta love that. And you can join me on Facebook and Instagram for free daily messages. So if you support the channel, you support like the daily output and the daily Reiki and all that jazz. So let me tilt you down so you can resonate with the cards here. So we have Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. And I'm using the Nature's Whispers by Angela Hartfield and Josephine Wall, and also the Shadowscapes Tarot by Stephanie Poonman-Law, forgot to mention. So again, 1, 2, 3. Resonate. See how you feel. Popping you back up. All right. Group 1, how does my absentee divine counterpart, what do they want to say to me? Wow. Okay, so you have 42, which is a strong number of spiritual leading understanding. So you are being led by spirit into a spiritual understanding. Let love be your beacon. So they like the direction you are headed in now, but I'm sensing that they are telling me that there are some rough edges that you don't know cut them in particular. And the reason why it's twin flame relationships are extremely trying as a karmic contract, as a soul contract. So your small abrasions that you don't that don't really cause problems in your life, but cause a problem with that person, that's not your fault, that's not their fault. But if you want that kind of love, you could do well to allow love to be your beacon and continue being a rolling stone and allow yourself to be changed, to be chipped, to be eroded on those rough edges. Allow spirit to show you a different way of being. So spirit will provide challenges for you. What is challenging for you for spirit? If you surrender to this kind of love, if you surrender to becoming the person who is readily available to channel the love necessary for a twin flame relationship to thrive, spirit will give you challenges to have you face yourself so that you can see yourself and be changed in ways that will prepare you to meet up with your twin flame without inadvertently causing harm. So you have the Queen of Wands and Four of Swords. They see you as, first of all, most of the runners in twin flame relationships are male. It's the rule of thumb, which is an awful phrase, by the way, very sexist. Comes from the phrase like, the old British law that it was legal to beat a wife with a stick that was no bigger than your thumb. That's where that phrase comes from. Not cool. So anyway, the general concept of the feminine being, and this is the Queen of Wands, this is creation, this is fire energy, this is creation. I said that, but you are the reason for living. You are the light around which life forms. So your love is what anchors this situation. Okay, Chaser? Male or female? Your love is what anchors this bond. So anytime you think about this absentee person and you go down a negative route and you remember their faults, especially if you haven't seen them in a really long time, that's not them anymore. And they don't deserve that energy coming from your space into the bond toward them in that way. That's on you, not on them. So while this is a fiery a flame for the moth to be attracted to energy, there's also the queen, the ruling, the accountable, the responsible energy of your ego. All right. You need to be a ruler of this energy, which means not misaiming your fire, your passion, your angers, your emotions in any regard. The Queen of Wands knows how to take proper action by not letting their emotional realm get too much in the way. All right. Which is why Four of Swords is coming up. Get out of your head. That affects your energetic output. Do not think negatively about your partner. Don't. They need your faith more than you could possibly imagine. They need to feel in the ether the support, the truest, most divine support from at least one person on this planet. They need to feel like they belong. They need to feel your missing counterpart is missing because they are missing a piece of themselves, and they are on their way to discover that. They are discovering that. They are loving themselves, and through that they love you. They do love you. They do. They want you to put your mind at ease when it comes to how they see you or their plans for you. The divine masculine / the missing counterpart with this group, they are in development, and they keep you in their mind's eye as they are changing. You are a part of their core purpose for them to change. All right? So don't spit any toxicity their way when they're doing a lot of emotional labor for the both of you. It will benefit you in the long run. So don't worry about what they're doing. Don't worry about how they're acting or how they think of you, or they're missing, and they are supposed to be missing at this point in time in your story. So in the meantime, follow through with your own lessons that Spirit is guiding you to learn. Awesome. Great message. There it is. Thank you for being here. I'm honored. Take care. Rock on. I love you for loving yourself. You know where to find me if you are leaving at this point in time. Group 2. What does my absentee divine counterpart want to say to me? Ooh. Magnify your love and intentions. You have a very, 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 very good idea of what is forming, and you are even being guided to take steps along this journey for your own self. The number 44, Seek Beauty, is one of your cards. So this Seeking Beauty, but the number 44, they want me to talk about how Spirit is leading you down a breadcrumb trail. So when it comes to this person and this bond, y'all are coming toward each other. Y'all are coming toward each other. So the more beauty you see around this world, so 4 and 4, both of you are in this sense of seeing with your third eye, being connected to the other realm, being able to handle your business in the rest of this reality, and being tethered to this earth and living your mundane day-to-day existence. But this mundane day-to-day existence has like at the end of the fishing line, this hook, line, and sinker. So it's like you're coming at the end of this huge fishing reel of line, and you're getting to something substantial. Magnify. Both of you are being led by Spirit. It's kind of like 11. only with 4 in a twin flame number. So both of you are being led by spirit in a way that just gravitates you toward each other. Especially the attitude of gratitude will get you far. It will get you so far. 9 of Pentacles is your other card. 9 of Pentacles, this is wishing. This is having faith. This is sending out your song. And having faith that your 3D world will form around it. It is putting your energy out there in a pure, uplifting way. Yes. Yes. Because 9 of Cups can sort of feel like a need for emotional fulfillment, whereas you can feel this other person. Separation is an illusion, and that is the surrender stage that both of you have now achieved, which is the key ingredient to union. You both got to be ready. So you're both at this stage at this point in time, and that's amazing. There it is. Nice message. Thank you for being here. I'm honored. Take care. Rock on. I love you for loving yourself. You know where to find me. Group 3. What does my absentee partner want to tell me? Okay. Change is paramount. There is something you have neglected to see in your story, in your journey. And there is no hope. I'm sorry to deliver this, but there is no hope of a union with this person, with this mirror of a soul, while you continue to neglect a wound of your own. As you continue to act like it doesn't bother you, that is when it affects every other aspect of your life without you even knowing it. That's you creating a demon for you to act demonically under. Do not ignore the little thing that is a big thing. Stop dismissing. You have got to stop dismissing. And the reason why you're running away from your own problems, you may be chasing down or wanting a divine partner to fill in the void, to make things okay. That is not the point of a twin flame relationship. Your life will be better with them in it. Abso-fucking-lutely. You are not wrong. But it's only because you have gotten to a point of spiritual evolution where they are allowed to enter your life. That's a good spot to be in all the way around, and they are the icing on the cake. Fresh approach. Accompanied with 3 cards. Ace of Swords. So when we're talking a fresh approach, we are talking clean break. Now, the sword suit can be a painful suit because there's a lot of potential with this energy, but that sword is double-edged, and sometimes you need to use it in your own defenses. Sometimes you need to take it to your own self. You know, if you have a heavy wound and you're just hemorrhaging energy from this dismissal, from this wound that you're like, oh, it's a flesh wound. It's like the Monty Python. I don't know what you're talking about. It's totally fine. Until he has no arms and no legs. The Black Knight. It's very much that sort of energy. And it's very much that sort of energy of realizing what you've been doing. And to cauterize your wounds, take your double-edged sword, put it over the flame, the fire, and press it to your own self. Because even though that moment would really suck, it prolongs your moments and you don't bleed out and die. Spiritually speaking, you could be fizzing out and die, letting this relationship not come into being. Letting this relationship die. Letting the bond fizzle in this lifetime. Separation is an illusion, sure, but you can elect that illusion 100%. Which is the illusion that you have already co-created for yourself with that wound. This fresh approach is actually, facing your fears. Letting your demon catch up to you, having tea with your demon, getting to know your demon, letting it change you, letting it absorb back into you as a truth. A demon is a shadow that you cut away from yourself, that you deny of yourself. Don't birth demons. Reabsorb them. Eat your fear for breakfast. Let it become a part of you so that you know where your power is again. People place their power outside of themselves because they place their fear outside of themselves because they don't want to deal with it. The power is within you, and you need to take a good look. You have 7 of Cups and 5 of Swords as well. So this 7 of Cups is saying that there are a lot of options. You have too many options right now. You have relied heavily on the 3D reality, and so the 3D reality holds a lot. You could go in that direction, this direction, here, there, what. And to make this decision, out of the illusion of abundance that you thought you needed to feel whole and complete, but really just rattled your bones and is giving you anxiety, because sometimes you like to have no option and to follow your feet. You have to elevate yourself. The 5 of Swords. 5 is a very, very large number of changes, dramatic, drastic changes, always for the better. That's your perspective. You have to rise above and gain an objective perspective about how you have been conducting yourself, how you have been processing your emotions or lack thereof. You need to develop a process, which means a certain degree of detachment from your current circumstance. And I am sensing that y'all are harping on something in your 3D life that has nothing to do with your twin flame. Oh, but it does. And but you want control over it. You want it to end a certain way. People have free will. You cannot change people's free will. People think they can because they wear people down to a certain degree. You don't want to cause changes like that. That's intrusive. It's invasive. It's energetically abusive. Sorry to say it, but you don't know the harm you are causing because of that dismissal. That dismissal has leaked into aspects of your life that you don't want it to, that you don't know it does. And the whole reason you're running away is because you know it's not your fault. But as an adult, we are expected to have an impression on the world, and so we act under that social conditioning. And when we do that in a broken state, an unhealed state, we do more harm than good. It's counterintuitive. It's counterproductive. So you need to stop that cycle. You need to stop that cycle and really do a 180, a U-turn in your thought space about how you conduct yourself. That's a very important message for you to hear. And I am here for you, babies. Harnessing, taking accountability, taking responsibility, that shit is rough. It is rough stuff. It is tough love from the universe. But if you want this bond with this person, or if you want the twin flame bond at all, because if I'm not going to lie to you, people who chose this group, the energy feels like you might be in a place where you misassign a lot of guidance. And while you may be receiving signs of the twin flame journey, you may have assigned that label to someone that is false. You may not be ready to even meet them yet, to be triggered into an even more vulnerable state. You think this is hard now? Wait until you meet them. You need your double-edged sword to be sharp and ready to be used appropriately on any end of the spectrum, either in defense, self-preservation, or sometimes at rest. You know, sometimes the four of swords will come up and it's like you don't have to worry about this. But your mind is clouded and you need to clear it. so that you can see, so that you can feel, you can allow yourself a safe space to feel how deep your wound goes. Your twin flame is not able to heal this. And while you are still wounded, it is actually toxic to your divine counterpart to be around you, especially while you still believe that the outside world can heal you in any regard. Anything outside of yourself, any person, situation. No, healing comes from deep within. And you got to get to that original wound. You got to dig in with that double-edged sword of truth. Reach into your own psyche and heal your own festering wounds. Because at this point, it is a fester. At this point, you've created more problems for yourself than solutions. Rise above. Acknowledge the common denominator of your life, which is you, and know that that is where the solution comes from. So try to see yourself as objectively as possible. Don't get emotionally invested in other people's reactions or the outcome. Rise above, detach. That's how you will win this fight, with your own self. Rising above, seeing that different perspective, guess what? That's what's known as your higher self. And you can have that perspective. Okay? Okay. Whew. Sorry to be a tough love messenger for you, but there it is. Good luck on your journey. I am here if you need me. You can ask. Some people have written me reviews. I just didn't want to buy a website again. But the services really, really do help to clear the air, especially if you're ready to hear it. There's that allowance again, you know. The outside world can heal you as much as your inner self is ready to allow healing. So, there it is. Take care. Rock on. I love you for loving yourself. You know where to find me.